So the fourth part for research skills is critical thinking. So I was looking around doing some research on endangered animals, endangered species, and I came across this animal that I'd never heard of before called the Pacific Northwest tree octopus. And there's this pretty cool website that has tons of information on it. Okay? I'd recommend if you have time to go and look at this website and learn everything you can about this thing. Because you really, it's an extinct endangered animal, and we don't want it to go away, so let's learn how we can protect it, right? Okay, so remember what the skill was. Well, you got to do critical thinking. Now, who has ever seen a northwest tree octopus or a southwest tree octopus? Well, as soon as somebody tells you that they've seen an octopus that lives only in trees, first thing that should pop into your mind is, wait, I thought octopus live in the ocean, right? So right off the bat, my brain says to me, that doesn't sound right. I got a little red flag here. What's going on with this? Okay? Well, when you're doing research, you need to always be thinking about what you're reading. Is the web page that you've gone a reliable source? If you look at this web page, it's a pretty well done web page. It looks pretty professional. Okay? It's, it looks nice. It's got full information on it. It's all hyperlinked. Everything works. You can go around, do all sorts of research on this page. But how do we know it's a reliable source? Is it a reputable website? If you look at the URL on that, okay, zapatopi.net. That doesn't sound like anything real. Does that sound like the Canadian government website or Greenpeace or World Wildlife Organization, anything like that? Not really, right? It sounds like just some made-up name. Okay, so is it a reputable website? Doesn't really sound like it. Another thing to always think about is this website from the government. Is it a company? Are we looking at a website that somebody's trying to sell us something on? Okay. Is it an activist website? So there's environmentalist websites. Whose opinion is this that I'm reading? Okay. Is it an educational organization? Is it a university or a school district or a nonprofit society? Something like that. So we really got to know who's writing the website and who owns the website. Also, is it a newspaper article or a magazine editorial where it's somebody's opinion, not a researched fact? Does it have ads? Okay, if you're looking at a website and there's advertisements all over it, you got to wonder on, why is that website there? When you're looking at the information, does it make sense, right? Not everything that you read online or see on TV is going to be true, okay? There's a lot of stuff that's made up or, somebody trying to, sell you something, right? Who remembers the House Hippo commercial that was on TV a while ago? Okay, they did some pretty cool stuff with computerized graphics, and it made it look like there was a hippo running around a house. Who's seen a documentary on the spaghetti trees in Italy? Right, there's some pretty crazy things out there that who knows if it's right? Okay, so what do? Well, always be thinking, as I said. Use your brain. If it doesn't feel right, if you don't think it makes sense, double check it. Look for another source for that information. Look for another website that tells you, see if you can find the same information about it. Okay, ask somebody else, somebody who might be an expert. Okay, see what you can do to find the information and verify it. Okay, and that brings me to Wikipedia. So I know some people said some stuff about Wikipedia there last week. Wikipedia is one of those interesting things. It's a pretty cool thing. It's called a collaborative learning, okay, with Wiki. Wiki is a thing that anybody can go onto a Wikipedia page and edit it or add their own information. You can create your own wiki. So the cool thing about that is we can get information from everybody, anybody and everybody. We can share tons of information, okay? It's like just being able to ask an expert anytime you want. That's what a Wikipedia or wiki is, okay? Now your downside to a wiki is you can't always trust it. There's some people out there that do all sorts of crazy things just to get people in trouble. So you jump on Wiki, you're trying to do some research, and you copy a fact down and you report on that into one of your school or one of your assignments, and lo and behold, somebody pulled a fast one on you. They put the wrong information, sold it like it's true, and you just used that information. So Wiki's a great source of information, can give you a good place to start, and you can find some information, but you need to be critical about it. You always need to verify that information, okay? I actually happen to like Wiki because of the amount of information you can find on it, but as I say, you never take it for 100% truth. You got to make sure that you verify the information there, okay? Yeah, Jonah says that the Minecraft wiki is good. I really like Star Wars, and it has a really good wiki there too, right? So the other thing about wikis is that most of them, especially when you're looking at the pop culture stuff, is it tends to be verified and monitored by everybody else who's part of that community. So they're going to find that a lot of the information, if there is anything wrong on it, it'll get corrected really quick. Okay, what you have to be careful of is some of the more fringe stuff, or some of your historical facts, more of that kind of thing. That's where people will go in and change it, and then nobody might check it. It might not get caught, right? So you have to be careful with it. The other problem with it is when you source, if you're doing sourcing, we'll talk about that next week, but when you're sourcing Wikipedia, the problem there is that you're sourcing somebody else's research. You can't trust that all the time. So one thing to do with Wikipedia is right at the bottom of the entry, there has to be sourcing. You can go down there and you can look at all of the resources that they got their information from. And you can go to those sites and you can do your own research on those sites. So instead of quoting Wikipedia as your source, you can go to the actual sources that the Wikipedia entry used for sources, okay, which is not quite primary, but much better.